Hello, this is a short demonstration of BayCalc, an Android application for the double glazing industry. BayCalc can be used to lay out a bow window, a bay window, or a Victorian conservatory where all the elements in the bow are the same size. I'll show you a couple of examples of how it can be used, so we'll load it up straight away. And here it is. This is the main screen, and there are 4 areas on the screen starting from the top here. These are the input areas where the sizes of the overall width, the angle, that's in degrees, the number of segments and the thickness of the frames, they're all put in there. There's a calculate button, then the answers are in this section here. There's the facet, that's the actual size of the frame that needs to be manufactured, and the projection is the calculation of the internal projection of the bay. And the lower section here is just a diagram with the dimensions and the angles here, just in case there's any confusion as to what value needs to go where. So for the first example, we'll take a bow bay with a canopy, and we'll say that the aperture that this has to fit into is 1790mm wide, which is a typically small bow bay. So we'll enter that into there, and in this example we'll say that the manufacturer of the bay canopy has told us that the likely angle that we need is 166 degrees. It's in 3 segments, and for this example I'll leave the thickness of the profile at 70mm. Hit the calculate button, and immediately we get a result here showing the facet, that's the window size of 597mm, and the projection, that's the internal projection, of 144mm. So that was all pretty easy, but let's say we haven't got a helpful bow canopy manufacturer and they don't give us the angle here. They say that the projection mustn't be more than 125mm. So if that was the case, we could do a bit of trial and error here on the angle. We know that the bay needs to be a bit flatter than it is, so this number needs to be a bit larger. So we'll try 167 quickly, not enough. 168, 124, that's almost exactly what we need. So even if you don't know this angle, it doesn't take long to get the result that you're looking for. If you're wondering what the significance is of the thickness of the profile, it is that this is an external width and not an internal width. When you're working with a bow window, normally the external edge of the frame is actually within the aperture of the window, so you have to work on the external size of the bow. If you want to work on the internal size for any reason, you can just set this thickness to 0, and then that 1790 would be the internal width, but with 0 thickness, it being the same as the external width. For the next example, we'll work on a Victorian conservatory, and these typically have 3 or sometimes 5 facets. So we've already done 3 facet bay, so we'll try a 5 facet conservatory. And here this very quickly gives us the relationship between the facet size and the width. So if, for example, we want to have a width that is 3 meters, so that would be an internal size of 3 meters on the conservatory, the angle on a 5 segment is 150, and with 5 segments that means 3000 width, each facet is going to be 804. Now, as I said, if you've got a 5 segment Victorian, then this angle is 150. If it's 3 segment, that angle is 135, but you don't have to remember this because it's in the help system, which is just a click of the menu away, and there it is, and it tells us that Victorian conservatories typically have 3 segments 135 or 5 segments at 150. So there you have it, BayCalc, nice, quick and easy to use, saves a lot of time and a lot of working out on a scientific calculator. Thank you for your time.